Dear student, welcome to EPG Pathshala. Today I am going to give talk on the topic fungicide degradation. Now fungicide, these are either the chemicals or biological agents which are used to kill fungi or fungal spores. Now fungi, it can cause serious damage to our agriculture, and hence there is a considerable increase use of these fungicides to control the pathogenic soil fungi. Fungicides are again classified into two types, that is biofungicides or chemical fungicides. Biofungicides, they contain microorganisms to kill the pathogen causing disease, and chemical fungicides, they are basically made up of organic or inorganic chemicals. And in the world throughout, now these chemical based fungicides are being sold tremendously. Students, in this lecture we will learn about the types of fungicide, the degradation reactions involved, and few examples of microbial degradation and photodegradation of fungicides. We will start with the types of fungicides. Mainly four major agriculture chemical derivates the current soil fungicides. First, seed protectants. They are used for disinfection or disinfestation of seeds and gets dissolved easily and get consequently incorporated into the soil. They are found suitable to protect the seeds from attack by the soil borne pathogens. Foliage spray fungicides, they have been found to possess a very high efficiency and stability as tested under soil conditions. Soil fumigants, they have properties as an effective biocidal fungicides as found when tested with regard to fungi in soil. Modified fungicides, finally some fungicides specially develop with modifications through time and become available for the control of soil fungi. The soil fungicides functions by working against the pathogens and the recolonization of soil by the pathogens, producing a disinfested soil. The process of fumigation follows three stages: radial diffusion, where the radiation from the injection zone shows high losses through the soil surfaces. Next, a transition stage for 2 or 4 days, where all the transformations and conversions takes place, and the last third stage, in which the concentration starts reaching the relative uniformity stage in the soil profile, and it lasts till the fumigant is dissipated completely from the soil. The soil fungicides act in a monoculture like condition on the above ground part of a plant, and the total soil microflora can influence the action of fungicide in a positive or negative way. Next, coming up, fungistatic properties. The underlying principle of the mode of action of fungicides is the inhibition of pathogenic fungal strains by affecting their reproduction and growth. This is not similar in case of soil fungicides compared to foliage fungicides, as the dispersal of spores is less in the soil than in air. Persistence, another important criteria for soil fungicides is persistence. After checking the available literature, it seems that considerable confusion prevails on this point, and principally a soil fungicides can persist with the ability to control a disease or a fungus. Furthermore, it can remain stable in a biological form or as a chemical. If only the biological indicators are used to analyze persistence, it cannot define how effectively the decomposition product is responsible for its activity. Test fungi. A fungicide test may be implemented by the inoculum potential. Inoculum potential is defined as the age, nutritional stage and phase of the activity among all the essential factors. Test plants. The angiosperms and the fungi have common metabolic processes in general. Step-by-step investigation of the principal differences in the metabolic pathways has to be done. Therefore, it is difficult to locate substance with a high antifungal activity with lower phytotoxicity. Formulation. The fungicide is formulated as solution, emulsion, dust or suspensions. There are lesser known and available water soluble fungicides, and they are rapidly decomposed in soil. The absorption pattern of these fungicide is strongly influenced by their physicochemical properties. Therefore, it is recommended to apply fungicides mixed with soil than in water mixed form. Also, to fully utilize the high initial action of these fungicides and also to overcome the short lifespan, a mixture of soluble and insoluble fungicides can be used to attain both rapid and delayed control. Suspensions of fungicides are retained in the top layers of the soil, where they may cause serious phytotoxic injuries by the accumulation of high concentrations in this layer. Environmental factors. Fungicides are highly influenced by the environmental factors, crop and fungal growth, but it is difficult to distinguish the intensity of the several effects exerted by these factors. Generally, when the temperature is low, the host growth is slow and favors the damping of these numerous fungi drastically. As a result, the fungicide function is slow and comparatively low at lower temperature. The infection caused by these fungi is temperature dependent, and it will be better to use fungicide combination to be least affected by temperature. Another factor, moisture content. The rate of pathogen metabolic activity is influenced by moisture content, humidity and temperature of the soil, as they influence the degree of sensitivity of pathogen and the diffusion of the chemicals. Now we come to the degradation reactions which takes place in fungicides. First is oxidation reaction. The oxidation pathways are extremely important transformation reactions, as they increase the pesticide solubility, alter parent activity, affect the bioactivity, mobility and enhance the environmental significance of chemicals. There are two mechanisms of oxidation, physical and chemical, often enhanced by light, heat or oxidized metal in soil or water involving molecular oxygen or more reactive species like various acids, peroxides or singlet oxygen. Enzymatic activity accomplish the biological oxidation by the mixed function monoamine oxidase utilizing cytochrome P450 and the flavin dependent monooxygenases. The hydroxyl radical, superoxide anion and hydrogen peroxide are the most reactive species. The mechanism of some oxidation processes are shown as in the slides. First is ring hydroxylation. It has been shown in the reactions. These reactions occurs in pesticide, generally in polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons and on aromatic rings in pesticides. It is easily executed on the unsubstituted or activated single or multiple ring molecules, as with bulky or multiple groups. Substitution like halogens can inhibit the reaction. Next is side chain oxidation. In an aliphatic side chain, the methylene group, even the terminal methyl groups, are susceptible to oxidation. For example, carbofuran undergo methylene hydroxylation in the furan rings, forming 7-hydroxycarbofuran, further oxidizing to 7-keto-carbofuran. Epoxidation. The polarity and the biological activity of the substrate is not altered by conversion of alkenes to epoxides. For examples, aldrin epoxidation to dialdrin. In fact, the formation of epoxide might be critical to bioactivity. For example, to inhibit the production of juvenile hormone precocines require activation to be cytotoxic to the corpora alatum of insect. The process of ring hydroxylation also occurs, by which epoxides can be hydrolyzed to form diols. Another O dealkylation process. Alpha hydroxylation is the process of dealkylation of groups larger than methyl followed by ether bond cleavage, while O dealkylations are generally species specific. The example of methoxychlore has been shown in the reaction. Next is N dealkylation. In N dealkylation, oxidative removal of either both of the alkyl groups occur. Example, conversion of atrazine to dimethyl atrazine. Next, S dealkylation process entails alkyl group migrations and isomerization of di and trialkyl thiophosphate. Next is oxidative desulfuration. This reaction occurs in no phosphates for activation to highly efficient inhibitors of acetylcholinesterase. In this, stereochemistry of the parent phosphoprothionein is retained by oxone when the sulfur atom is oxidatively attacked with the metabolism of R and S optical isomers of the phonophos. Next is sulfooxidation. The process of sulfides to sulfur oxide by oxidation is quite rapid and is a result of the in vivo reaction by FAD monooxygenase enzymes. The cytochrome P450 monooxygenase forms sulfoxides, and both these forms could also be generated by peroxides as well. This process shows least resistivity towards degradation and results in oxidative metabolites having biological significance. One such group is aromatic alkyl thioethers, for example miazurol and methochlor. Next is hydrolysis reaction. This process is a primary method for degradation of many pesticide molecules. The ester undergo hydrolytic cleaving, resulting in two fragments with very less or no pesticidal activity. However, the products could possess bioactivity of many other types like microbial toxicity or microbial growth induction. Chemically, the esters can hydrolyze by even mild alkaline solutions, while strong acid solutions are required to hydrolyze acid degradation. Under this hydrolysis of phosphate ester falls, biologically two mechanisms are responsible for parathene hydrolysis, one by hydrolase and other by oxidation, attributed to the action of mixed function oxidase as it has been shown in the reactions. Hydrolysis of carboxyl esterase. In the case of malathion, rapid rendering is done by carboxyl esterase enzyme of vertebrates, and process is non-toxic throughout hydrolysis. This enzyme is also possessed by malathion resistant insects. Example carbamate esters, methylocarb sulfoxide. Then comes reduction reactions. The product generated are with low polarity and their biological activity may be concordantly altered. Reducing environment favor fungicide degradation, generally characterized by presence of anaerobic microorganisms with low pH and oxygen concentration. For example, stagnant or eutrophic ponds and lakes, bogs, flooded rice fields, etc. Example, reductive dehalogenation. In this, biotransformation of DDT in intestine and biotransformation of parathion flooded soil has been shown through the reactions. Next comes the synthetic reactions. These conjugation reactions include addition of a moiety, relatively a polar one, to a genobiotic, primarily being a hydroxyl carboxylic acid amino or sulfhydryl group. The moiety is generally phosphate, gluconic acid, glucose or amino acid. There is reduction in polar character of the moiety by alkylation and reduction of the hydrophilic behavior by acylation. The conjugation reactions can also affect persistence, bioaccumulation and mobility of the pesticides. Next is rearrangements. These reactions involve structural rearrangement in the molecule. Isomerization. These are transformation reaction transforming one isomer to another under varying physical or chemical agents. Also, reversal in activity of diastereomers occurs in some cases. In case of synthetic parathyroid insecticides, phenvalerate two curl carbons, one in the alcohol moiety and one in the acid portion of the molecule is present. The churl carbon with alcoholic moiety undergoes racemization till it reaches a stereochemical equilibrium, while no change is observed in the acid moiety churl carbon. Now, next is microbial degradation of thiocarbamates. Few examples of fungicide degradation. Microorganisms in soil plays a major role in hydrolysis of thiocarbamate at the ester linkage, forming a mercaptan and a secondary amine. Prior to entering the metabolic pool, the mercaptan could be transformed into alcohol by transthiolation Further oxidation could be done to form an acid. Such a mechanism, that is hydrolysis followed by transthiolation, support the result observed in persistence and degradation studies on dilate. The dilate ester linkage hydrolysis proceeded by allylic group transthiolation results in the formation of 2,3-dichlorochloryl alcohol. It has been shown in the figure 38.2. Next example is photodegradation of thiocarbamate fungicides. Photodegradation of thiocarbamate is not a very usual process. When exposed to sunlight, minimum effects were noticed on the compound in the solid state because of poor light. The light absorption produces two radicals after the breakage of the carbonyl CS bond. They then form formamide and mercaptan after combining with the proton from the solvent. Further degradation of formamide by ultraviolet radiation forms dialkylamine with carbon monoxide elimination. A disulfide is reformed after collision of two mercaptan radicals with continuous exposure to sunlight, as the sulfur-sulfur bond is quite susceptible to photolysis, as shown in the figure showing the pathway for photodegradation of thiocarbamate. Next example is of microbial degradation of carbendazim. Carbendazim is a widely used broad spectrum benzimidazole fungicide and is generally preferred for controlling a wide range of fungal pathogens on cereals and fruits. It is also used in treatment of soil and foliar applications on the appearance of disease in the crops. The fungicide was degraded by amicarboryl consortium obtained from several soil samples in paddy fields with continuous culture enrichment. Biodegradation using immobilized bacterial consortium was investigated in various parameters as temperature, pH, nutrient concentration. The degradation ability of the consortium was increased by immobilization on lofa sponge in comparison with that of free living consortium. This immobilized consortium on lofa sponge is a promising material for bioremediation of polluted water with this pesticide in paddy fields, and the process of pathway of microbial degradation of carbendazim is shown in the reactions. Another example of degradation of fungicide Captan. The fungicide Captan was degraded by the bacterial strain B. circulans through initial hydrolysis to produce 1,2,3,6 tetrahydrophthalimide, resulting in the loss of its fungicidal property. There were some other products of this hydrolysis also, that is H2S, CO2, HCl, 1,2,3,6 tetrahydrophthalimide formation in water and through the soil microbes. This cis 1,2,3,6 tetrahydrophthalimide was again metabolized by the bacteria circulans, releasing intermediates cis 1,2,3,6 tetrahydrophthalimidic acid, protocactic acid and O-phthalic acid. Then via orthocleavage pathway, protocathic acid is in presence of higher activities of proto-2,8,3,4 deoxygenase was further oxidized in the cell-free extract by bacteria circulans that was grown on Captan. As a result, fungicide Captan was completely degraded by this bacteria as shown in the figure. It could be concluded that these bacterial strains could be potentially utilized for bioremediation of soil that have been contaminated with toxic fungicides, causing adverse effect on soil microflora and microorganisms enrolled for nitrogen cycling in the agricultural soil. Another example of microbial degradation is of benomyl fungicide. The degradation of benomyl occurs by hydrolysis releasing carbendazim methyl 2,3-benzimidazole carbamate, an active registered ingredient. It is highly persistent in soil where the residue might even be detected after 4 to 5 years of application. It has a half life of 3 to 6 months, but when it is applied to bare soil, it increases to years or so. Being a fungicide with broad spectrum and long environmental persistence, it is a human carcinogen and highly toxic to living organisms. In an experiment, it was determined how the Benomyl affects soil microorganisms with elucidation of their role in the fungicide degradation after NPK additions. After this, Benomyl was applied in 3 different concentrations as 0.032, 3.2 and 8.0 milligram per gram soil. The microbial counts in the soil and Benomyl residues were determined at different intervals during 360 days studies. It was concluded that Benomyl has a significant stimulation effect on the multiplication and growth of different microorganisms. The microbial strains with highest microbial counts percent were reported to be in Pseudomonas species, followed by fungi. This increased microbial count reflects positive relation to Benomyl degradation rates. The degradation mechanism has been shown in the figure. Now, factor affecting fungicide performance. The persistence of fungicides is affected by 6 processes in environment: volatilization, abiotic degradation including photodegradation or pH, activity, plant uptake, biotic degradation by microbial metabolism, movement in water based on solubility, absorption and desorption to the surface of plant and soil. When a fungicide is applied, the product meets with different fates. Temperature mainly governs these factors. Out of the 6 processes affecting fungicide persistence in the environment, it influences depletion as well as physical removal of fungicides while moving. Fungicides are essential, valuable tools, but they do have their own limitation. But when used in conjunction with the appropriate agronomic practices, they could work. The best way to learn about the effect and degradation pathway of fungicides is to learn the chemistry and the disease caused by them affecting soil. During this lecture, we have learned that the fungicide degradation depends upon the biotic, abiotic degradation, volatilization, absorption and desorption on the plant and soil surface. Moreover, the enzymatic processes based degradation process are found to be environmental safe processes regarding non-enzymatical processes. During this lecture, we have learned that the persistence of fungicide depends upon volatilization, biotic and abiotic degradation, absorption and desorption to the plant or the soil surfaces. Further, we have also learned that the enzymatic processes are found to be more environmental safe in comparison to non-enzymatic processes. Moreover, the biofungicides, they have an advantage over the chemical fungicides that they are considered to be environmental friendly processes. Hence, more research and study has to be carried out in this process. Thank you.